There's 6 things that I always tell my clients not to do when they're buying a house. This is Ask Alyssa. I'm gonna go through them with you because believe it or not, there's a lot of buyers out there that they actually don't think that this affects them. Okay, number 1 is do not quit your job. I know I feel like, why do I even have to say this? But you'd be so surprised. I actually have a quick story to share. I once had a client where they didn't quite quit their job, but they changed jobs in the middle of escrow, and the lender found out, and that is like a no-no. You cannot do that because you have to remember that your approval is based off where you're working. And there's this thing called verification of employment. And if they're verifying that you're there and you're not, you have to explain what the heck happened. Good thing was they were working at a different job. They switched, I got more money, but then there was like letters of explanation that had to be involved. And that can honestly delay escrow and possibly jeopardize you buying your home. So please do not quit your job. Anything like that, always run it by your realtor and your lender just to make sure that things are, not going to be affecting you. The second thing is don't go on vacation. I know that right now it's like people want to leave, COVID's over and you want to take off, but when you're buying a house, like chill, stay home. Right now you're buying something huge, so you don't want to be, traveling, putting money on your credit card or anything like that. So if I were you, like try to plan around it. If you know that you wanted to buy a home, maybe do it at the end of maybe do it at the end of the year so you can take off during the summer. I'm not really sure you can plan that out, but definitely don't vacation like when you're buying a home. That can really affect things for you. And the third thing is don't apply for new credit cards. And I know that you get so excited because you're buying a house and you're like, I gotta get a new refrigerator, I wanna buy a new couch. And you start going to like living spaces using their credit card and buying stuff. It's like, no, you can't do that because you have to remember that your lender approved you based off of your debt to income ratio, that's your approval. And if you start buying stuff and then they check in with you 2 weeks later and you have like more credit debt, technically like your debt to income ratio has changed and that can really jeopardize you purchasing your home. So just chill out for a bit, we'll let you know when the time's right to start doing all those things. I literally run this by my clients and tell them, don't do this, don't do that. I'll let you know when the time's right. That's my job. I'm here to like guide you to make sure that you don't do anything wrong to jeopardize you, right? So the fourth thing is don't lag on getting your homeowner's insurance. One of the first things I do when my clients are buying a home is I send them an introductory congratulations email. And in there I put, don't forget to shop for homeowner's insurance. Why is that? One, you have to have it if you're using a loan. Your lender's gonna want a copy of your homeowner's insurance. But here's the interesting thing. Did you know that some insurance companies, maybe the one you prefer, won't actually insure your home? So why is that? Some properties that you wouldn't even think of are on a flood zone or in a fire hazard area. I one time had this happen to me in a property in Garden Grove where we were buying the house and it was in a flood zone. I would have never thought this was going to happen. It was literally just a regular neighborhood. For whatever reason, the way that property was set up was considered flood. My client was freaking out because they wanted to use their preferred insurance company and their insurance company would not insure them. Luckily, we were able to find an insurance company to get the job done. But when something like that pops up, you freak out when it's like getting close to closing time. So definitely do that early so that once you can get a really good deal, get a good estimate, and two, so you don't run into any problems, right? The fifth thing is don't move money around. A lot of people, when they're gonna buy a home, they start pulling money from their 401k, pulling money from the savings, asking mom to deposit large funds. Don't do that. You have to remember, like right now when you're buying a home, somebody's really eagle-eyeing everything you're doing, right? The money, the credit, and your lender will ask you for updated stuff. So if you start making large withdrawals, large deposits, and you cannot explain why you're doing it or where it's coming from, the lender cannot back you up and say like, okay, it's because, they went to go pay for this or whatever. And sometimes these letter of explanations can't help you and that could really jeopardize, your transaction. About 3 years ago, this happened to one of my clients buying an investment property. He took out a lot of money and could not explain what happened. And honestly, he lost the house and you don't want that to happen. So definitely anytime you're moving money, run it by me and I can kind of guide you like, hey, it's not a good idea right now or anything like that. My last don't do is don't stop making payments. So I have clients where they think like, well, let me not pay down that credit card for now because I'm buying a house, I could put more money away. You don't want to do that. Now you've just ruined your credit by not making payments. So just live your life like normal. Go to work, keep the same job, just chill for a bit, don't go anywhere. Tell your friends, sorry, I can't co-sign for you. Just focus on yourself, focus on your house, because your lender's gonna ask you for updated stuff. I'm gonna be reaching out to you for things. So my biggest advice is just do your day-to-day normal. Don't do anything out of the ordinary, and you'll be just fine. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Don't forget, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm here on YouTube.